Assassin's Creed has been one of the biggest game series in recent years. That might not be true, but I don't know how big it is, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty big. But yeah, so I decided, since I play the games, I'd rank them based on combat worst to best, because when it comes to games, that's usually the biggest thing I care about. I don't really care about anything else, to be honest. So, so I decided I would rank them. Um, First off, I'm just gonna delve right into it. First off, definitely Mirage is the worst. Like, I don't know what they were even thinking. I don't know. Like, all the Assassin's Creed games came out like within 1 year of each other, pretty much. And then there's a 3 year gap between Valhalla and Mirage, and Mirage's combat is just, it's so bad. Like, I didn't even get the game because it was so bad. I was just looking at these videos. The enemies don't react at all when they're getting hit. Like there's like only there's barely any animations, and in general it's just so bland, so repetitive, and it's so unrealistic because it's like you're attacking the enemies with a feather. Actually, if you attack them with a feather, they would move because they would be getting tickled. But even that, it's like you're attacking them with air, so it sucks. And and they were like, oh yeah, we made the combat bad on purpose because we want players to focus more on stealth, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's like saying to a fat person, oh, you need to lose weight, so you should eat less. In order to encourage you to do that, for your 3 meals, you're going to be having shit sandwiches. So the food that you do eat is going to be shit to encourage you to lose. Like it's just BS. You know what I mean? Like just because you want people to, just because you want people to like do stealth and stuff, then and then you just make the combat absolutely horrible. It's just an excuse. They could have easily just made it hard or something. Like I don't know why no one really asked for the combat to be trash to focus on stealth. So yeah, like I feel like they assigned like a first year computer science intern to do it like in one weekend while this geeked out of his mind, probably doing it with one hand, his other hand, you guys know where his other hand was. It was getting busy. But yeah, so that's my ranking for Mirage, worst combat. I don't think it's a bad game, combat's just bad, but anyways, Syndicate's after that. Syndicate, the thing is, like, at first when I was watching the videos of, like, the combat, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's so cool," but then when I actually played the game, I deleted it after, like, 2 hours because the combat was just extremely repetitive, and it was so light, like, you don't really feel impact because 'cause you're just doing all these, like, spamming all these hits. The only thing that's good about it is, those, like, finisher animations when you kill, like, 3 people at once. Those are okay, but the rest is just like, really repetitive, and also when you do that, like, break, defense, stun move, the enemies just stand there, like, I don't know if you guys have walked in your city or whatever, if you live in a city and then you just see like all these bums at the side of the road on like these like fentanyl or something, and you know what I'm saying, and then they just stand like they're zombies like hunched over, and that's exactly how they look in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So yeah, it's not that good. Um, so like it definitely has stuff it could improve on. Next, we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey. At first glance, it might look okay. Once you play the game for 5 minutes, you realize you have to stab the enemy like 23 times in his like neck and chest and heart in order to be able to deal like 5% of his health. And then it's just pretty stupid. Like, there's such huge damage sponges. Like, no matter what I do, it'll take like 20 minutes just to kill one person, especially like the mercenaries. They take forever, and I don't know why. Like, sure, you want to make it like RPG or whatever, which probably it's not even that good in the first place. But if they do that, at least make it like somewhat realistic. But then you have all these like abilities and all these like magical stuff which no one asked for. So just the fact that I have to hit them like 28 times in order for them to like be, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, like it's just really not worth it. And also the enemies don't even react that much when getting hit, so for that reason I rank Odyssey in that place. After that, Assassin's Creed 1. Assassin's Creed 1, the combat isn't even bad. The thing is, it's just old, so it doesn't hold up that well, you know, with like the more recent games. It's like not bad. I actually enjoyed it. It just gets a bit repetitive sometimes. The animations are good, but they're just a bit janky sometimes. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's just the fact that it's old means like it just doesn't really have the ability to keep up with the newer games. But in all, it's good. It was really fun back in the day. I'm sure the unks in the comments could probably tell me how fun it was on their like PS2 or PS3 or whatever. I mean, I don't know why I'm talking because I had an Xbox 360 till like 2022, but you know what I mean. After that, we have Valhalla. It's kind of like Odyssey, except better. It's like because the finisher animations are really cool and the enemies actually react to getting hit, and they're not as big of damage sponges. And it also just fits the game more because they're Vikings, so it's not as magical. It's more realistic. It's kind of challenging. There's a lot of things you could do. Same as Odyssey, but Odyssey just does it way worse. So just the fact that you have all these options in AC Valhalla. It's like it's a bit hard, but it's really fun and rewarding. So it's definitely not the best. Like there's a lot of things it could improve on, but just the fact that it's like a Viking game, not an Assassin's Creed game, then I'm like, yeah, combat's half decent. But yeah, after that, we have the Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations. I'm gonna count them in one because they're really similar. It's really fun. The thing is, it's like a bit too easy, but that doesn't really change how fun it is because like just killing people really easily. The animations are really nice. It just builds on AC1, and it's a bit newer, so it holds up better. The only thing is like the chain kills, like gets a bit boring because like I'm gonna like it take like there's gonna be like five. I'm gonna be surrounded by like the full army of like Sparta or some shit, and then I'm gonna be able to like all I need to do is just spam the same button and they all die, and then build I could probably build like a nice house, nice ass building with all those bodies. So like it's all right. It's pretty good actually. It's fun, but it's just a bit too easy. And then after that we have AC Origins, which is a lot like Valhalla, except there's not as many of these. There's not like these weird magical abilities, so it's more realistic. And there's a lot of weapons. Same thing with Valhalla, but the thing with Origins is the enemies aren't damage sponges at all, or some are, but it's really not that much. And the animations are really well done. Enemies like react very well when getting hit, and just the variety of weapons you have, and just that the game is good and it just fits with the game really. It just makes it fun, especially because it doesn't have so much of this unrealistic, like these unrealistic abilities and stuff like that. It's better, it's fun, it works, and yeah, so that's why I have it. And then after that, Black Flag and Rogue, I'm gonna count them as the same because again, they have the exact same combat. This it's really similar to AC2, except there's guns, there's a lot more options for what to do, and it's just so much smoother. Like it builds on it so much. The animations are insane. Like it's just really fun to do, like parrying. Like sure, it's really easy, but again, it's just extremely fun. Like I have to put it here, you know. If they made it more challenging, I'd appreciate it, but just the way it is, it's really fun. Animations are nice. You actually feel like it feels fun. I don't know why I keep saying fun. Like, do I not know any other word? Like enjoyable. It's just enjoyable. There's a lot of things you can do. Just the movements are really smooth. So after that we have Unity. Unity is so underrated. Like I don't know why everyone was hating on it back in like 2015 or whenever it came out. Like, but whatever. I guess it was buggy, but yeah. So yeah, this is really good because it's actually challenging. So it does like unlike Mirage, it like you still want to do stealth, but unlike Mirage, you still enjoy the combat because they just make it challenging. It still is really fun, and I would say it's a lot more realistic than the other ones because you have to hit an enemy like like once or twice, like twice or three times, like instead of just once one tap, which actually it's more realistic if you one tap them, but it's just slightly more challenging, and it's harder to like parry and everything. There's no chain kills, but yeah, it is just difficult. But the animations are really cool, although sometimes they're like a bit buggy. but it's just more challenging than the other games, and it still has like the same smoothness. Plus, like the kicks are cool and all of that. So the fact that it's just more challenging, just makes it better, I would say. And all right, and then by far the best combat is Assassin's Creed 3. The reason I have it at the best, it's a lot like I know it's a lot like Black Flag, but it's just way smoother and like Connor's just is hella strong, so like he can carry people up and like smash them on the ground and everything. And the animations in combat is just so fun. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but using like the tomahawk and everything, it's way better than Black Flag, even though they're like the same combat system. It's so much smoother, way funner, and I just like it's insane because it's so funny because it's really similar to Black Flag, but when you play, you really notice a difference. It's like much more fun. I don't really know how to explain it. You really just have to play the game. Like I'm not like these other YouTubers who are like, oh yeah, the mechanics took, and then they just like in depth explain like everything you can do. I'm just saying like how enjoyable it is, and Assassin's Creed 3 just has insanely enjoyable combat, and everyone knows that. Honestly, that's why it's at number one. The only downside is you have to wait like 3 business days in order to play as as actually Connor. Otherwise, you have to play as like that annoying ass like weird British guy or whatever he is. So yeah, that's my ranking. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please subscribe so I can make money. To be honest, I don't really doesn't really mean that much to me. Like when YouTubers say, "Oh yeah, it would mean a lot to me," it doesn't really mean anything to me. Like I don't like I would appreciate if you subscribed, but like I don't really care about whoever subscribes. I just want money. So yeah, if you could subscribe, that'd be nice. But yeah, anyways, that's my video. Stay tuned for the next one.